Monday, and then some if weather permits, so to speak. It's brought to you by Docomo Pacific. Jason Solis, good morning.
That is I would assume the number one catchphrase of most meteorologists. Am I correct in that assessment, Landon? Weather permitting.
Was that punctual?
Yeah, well, weather permitting.
And traffic permitting. So luckily I came from up north, so I was very timely this morning.
Hey, well, I don't know if you picked up on it, but we got a bonus for you. So we're not only live on Facebook for you now, but you're also going out to your friends and family all over the world on YouTube Live and Twitter Live.
Ooh, excellent. Yeah, I heard y'all had some programming changes for the morning, so
yeah,
a little bit shorter show today. Is that going to be every week or just this week?
Well, we just we condense it like a little bit.
Oh, okay. I see.
Yeah, we see the majority of our
good.
people like to get stuff done like prior to 9 and everything like that. It's like, hey, we'll accommodate. And also people were saying, can you guys go live on other platforms? And we're like, oh, all right, we got that too.
Yeah, diversity.
So is it a big day as far as the weather? Because fantastic weather up until about what 5 o'clock last night, and then we had some like freaky rainstorm.
Yeah, you had some showers go through, and so we're full frontal dry season right now, but you get these little small showers they pass over, and it will dump down pretty heavy, and then it moves right on off in a couple minutes. And so I'm outside of my house trying to bush cut and stuff, and it comes down in a torrent, and then it's over in just a couple minutes. So that's really all it is. It's not widespread.
And how many years have you lived on Guam now?
It'll be 12 years in June.
Okay, 12 years. And I gotta say, if you're not born and raised here, that's totally cool. All are welcome on Guam. We're all one big, Pacific family and everything. But until you have actually bush cut in the rain, you are not a legitimate Guamanian and everything. So now you're in the club. Congratulations.
Yeah, that's exactly it. And my yard is so bad that people are driving by and they always say thank you for bush cutting. And I don't know if they know that I'll live there or whatever, but I always get kudos and thank you from people passing by. It's like, well, I'm a good deed for the year. So
there you go. Bush cut in the rain and water blast in the rain, man. Got to do it.
Yes.
If you're not doing it, you're missing out on one of life's pleasures.
Water blasting is next on my list for my rooftop. So that'll be coming up maybe in a couple weeks. Once it gets a little bit drier, then I got to do a fresh coat of paint on the rooftop. So that's all great for lowering the power bill. So out there today, it's not bad start to your day. It's breezy out there if you're walking out there early this morning. Just a few spotty showers. And that's really all we're dealing with. And let me see, where is my radar? There's a radar. So nothing much to speak of, but you get these little blips on the pass right overhead, and they will dump down enough to get you wet. And then it moves off, dries off, gets sunnier, warmer again, and breezy. So that's going to be the theme for the next couple days. Nothing much to speak of, but just to our north, you see those milky colors. That's low-level clouds. That's with the next little shear line that's going to be dropping down our way. This will not be a significant shear line as far as weather is concerned, but we will see those light showers passing from time to time, but more so it's going to be the winds, the seas, and the surf. And again, this is just a broken record for this time of the year. Hazardous seas and surf conditions and breezy. And so I'm going to go to the visible right there. That's Saipan right there. And just north of Saipan near Anatahan, that is where that shear line is situated. This is the visible showing those low-level clouds. I'm not going to flip the screens because it's going to jam up on me briefly and then we'll lose traction for just a moment. But that's going to be dropping our way, giving us the stronger winds. So go ahead and cue up the slides, Jason, and we'll get into the work week weather. So breezy, dry start to the day. Risk of rip currents is moderate, but that could become high on some of our exposures north and or east in the coming days. The Guam fire danger is moderate, but if you've been driving anywhere south and central Guam the last couple of days, you've probably seen several plumes of smoke. So we are starting to see some wildfires out there. And how many of these wildfires are natural cause? None. They're all man-made. So keep that in mind. If you're doing any burning, something as simple as throwing a cigarette butt out your car window while you're driving, these things can ignite fires and get away from you pretty quickly. So even though our fire danger is moderate, we have those strong winds that will help spread any kind of fire that does get ignited. There is a small craft advisory in effect for strong winds over the open waters, and that will expand to hazardous seas as seas continue to build with that shear line approaching. Breezy week ahead with a mix of sun and light showers. And then, of course, a couple of advisories across Micronesia, and the drought condition does persist. So out there, we only had 0.02 inches of rainfall yesterday. We are behind for the month. Normally, we are at about 1 inch for the month. We are right at a quarter of an inch. So we are starting a little bit drier for the month, but that's not to be too surprising for this time of the year. The next slide, it was a holiday weekend for many of us in the weather industry. Happy National Weatherperson's Day. So that was on February 5th in honor of John Jeffreys. In 1744 was his birthday. He was one of the first weather observers and also did the first weather balloon observation over London in 1784. So happy holidays. We had great festivities, the sales in the stores, the restaurants, all the decorations. It was just so festive. What, that might be Valentine's. Never mind. Just
so
kidding.
Did you have did you have something interesting to eat and hopefully like an adult beverage to celebrate?
Well, lots of coffee. I can never go wrong with coffee. I actually had Vietnamese coffee, so that was a nice treat. But anyway, coffee is always a theme. I got a couple coffee makers over here next to my desk. So once we are allowed to have visitors back into the NOAA facility, I will have people over for coffee. So
hey, well, happy National Weatherperson's Day to you and your team, man. You guys are awesome, man. We appreciate you guys.
It's always a pleasure. We are 24/7 around the clock, and so we are here to serve the public as public servants, and that's what we do best.
Well, and I guess as a National Weatherperson's Day present, Glenn Lujan is in the comments, and he goes, "Oh my, your bush cut always brings the boys to the yard." That's not exactly how the lyrics go, but I see where he's going with that.
Yeah, and that is a quarterly event for myself. So.
Well done, Glenn.
Anyway, thank you very much. The next slide, I like to talk about the drought because that is a developing situation this time of the year. And even though it's not so much for Guam and the Mariana Islands, we do have to be concerned in the region because as I consider all of us in this region, we are a family. And so what affects some of us in the easternmost islands, the Marshall Islands, that could have impacts on people that live here on Guam that may be from the Marshall Islands. So I want people to be aware of things. And so we do have this drought continuing to develop in the northernmost islands of the Marshalls. And so we're going to see these conditions continue. And over the next 10 days, they may not even see a quarter of an inch of rain. So it's very dry there. And that's going to continue for the weeks and months ahead. But hopefully we'll start seeing more showers developing in the next 1 to 3 months. On the open waters, we are seeing those stronger winds across the islands to our north and northwest with that shear line. Those winds will continue for the next couple of days. That shear line drops southward of the islands. We're going to see a little burst in winds around Tuesday night and Wednesday. So what we're seeing now, it's going to get a little bit windier by midweek as the shear line does drop southward and pump those seas up across the region. So we could see things elevated just a little bit more in the coming days. And out in the waters, the next slide showing the buoys, we're going to see that little surge in waves around the 9th of February as that the stronger winds do pump down around Wednesday. So right now we're looking at combined seas of 6 to 8 feet, becoming 8 to 10 feet by tonight and Tuesday. So keep that in mind if you're going to have any water activities. It's going to be banging out there on the open waters and across east-facing reefs and north-facing reefs. So if you're going to be going to Retidian Beach, call ahead to make sure they are open because they will shut down if the currents are too strong or deemed unsafe along their shores. And for the week ahead, mostly sunny today, isolated light showers. We'll be seeing more clouds midweek with scattered light showers. And when we say we're seeing an uptick in showers, the scattered showers, this is not a washout. This is not going to be a heavy deluge of showers. We're looking at a 10-day rainfall totals of around a half an inch of rainfall the next 10 days. So you're going to see these scattered showers with the shear line, but they will not be heavy and widespread. It's going to be small and quick in nature to pass by. And then weekend, not so bad. So not too bad of a week. Just keep it safe and you're going to be out in the waters.
All right. So again, good time to go do some bush cutting in the rain. Nothing wrong with that. Just get your safety gear on and everything like that. And water blasting. You actually not making light of this at all. I know a lot of people that they said when it does rain on Guam, that is the opportune time to water blast because then like if you're up on the roof doing it and you got like an A-frame like me and everything, the rain actually naturally washes everything away. Plus it keeps you cool and it actually helps. It's
much cooler. You don't get quite the sunburn.
Exactly. Yeah. Well, get yourself a good pair of overalls and everything like that, and you got yourself a party, man.
Absolutely. Thank you.
Hey,
and have
speaking
a
of
great
party,
day.
man, again, happy National Weather Person's Day to you and all your team over there, man. You guys always come through for us and everything, and we really do appreciate you.
We are always here.
All right. Have one of the good donuts,
you.
the ones with the fruity pebbles on it. All right, so that's
Absolutely.
Landon Aydlett, of course, with the National Weather Service, bringing you your work week weather forecast brought to you by your friends at Docomo Pacific, as he does each and every Monday. Things looking pretty good as far as what Mother Nature has in store for us this week. We're going to go to our next guest, Chris? Or? Oh, okay. Let's do news real quick because we do have Public Auditor BJ Cruz on standby. We have the Public Auditor joining us for another interview. But of course, link update headlines always brought to you by our friends at Pacific Points, where you can do more